enslaved by their religion, can't emancipate the fundamental principles.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got two teams here looking to find a way to win. It's the Vikings coming in at 4-1, going up against the Packers, who come in at 3-2. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
EA Sports coverage takes us to one of the newest jewels on the NFL landscape, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Guyton alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest three-game win streak. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Rodgers now on first down. And that's complete to Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. He was the focal point. Big game, up over 200 yards and a score.
And one thing I do know, when you put up numbers like that, the next team you're going to play, unless they're extremely arrogant, all they're thinking is, what can we throw at him that's going to be different, is going to knock him off his game.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 carries, 92 yards.
And only 7 carries in last week's game, and I just don't know how any runner can really get loose and feel like they're into the game with that few carries. You've got to get that number up to around 15.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything, just as you described.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First carry now for the rookie, Dalvin Cook. Avoids him at the 40. Oh, and now the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And now here's a carry heading left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Room here to run. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards.
And it is still early, just the 1st quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They come out here in the eye. And now running right through it. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the one. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They go power. This is Johnson, the fullback. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Now this feels like old school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead. Brock Osweiler, an early touchdown pass in that one. Rodgers with a keeper, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, his first touchdown on the year, and the Packers have taken the lead. Well, they just put a little sizzle in their steak there. Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Crosby on now to kick it away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The numbers for Thielen in that game last week: 6 catches, 74 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV. Called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. But just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. A swift move, but not a ton to show for it. Tackled just on the other side of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Green Bay's defense in 2016 was a bit unbalanced. Number 8 against the run, but number 31 against the pass. So you know the offseason emphasis is on trying to make sure they shore up the secondary and increase the pass rush.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 1 quarter down. 14-7 is the score. We're back to Minneapolis in just a moment.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll give it here to his running back. Still fighting. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And to give this time to the tailback. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's going to launch this, and this is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches, and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not.
Now Crosby for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time, a 6-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Reminder that coming up later tonight in the national window, we'll see the Giants traveled out to Denver to take on the Broncos. And then tomorrow night, it's the Colts and Titans, an AFC South battle from Nashville.
Both of them have designs on winning that division.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now a run with Cook. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down, Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have made this now a one-score game.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Bailey now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now here's a carry heading left. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now they try the right side here. And some space here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now they try the right side here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Minneapolis after this. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points. After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is fielded at the goal line. He stiff arms him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks right around the 26. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? That was second down throw for Cousins. Incomplete, right side to Cook. He's got daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with their second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100. On first down, Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side. No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep it. Extra point try now for Crosby. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Fielded about a yard deep. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Vikings trail at home at halftime. The Packers will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Packers open up on offense. He's got to get into the open, And this two-play drive goes for a TD. That puts them up by a touchdown. Now 1st and 10. Cook's able to spin away here, and he'd go in for the 69-yard touchdown. Vikings tie it up at 7. 4th down, inches to go. QB sneak is on here, and he goes in for the score. Packers is up now by 7. Now early in the second. The deep ball is on target here, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Vikings with the ball midway through the second as they go out in front, 14-7. Completion will be made here to a wide-open man, and this play will go for 6. Vikings now late in the second. Vikings down by 7. Cooks by himself here, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown. Vikings now down by just 3. Staying late in the second. Rodgers got the completion here, and this play goes for a score, pushing the lead to 10. So that'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Time to get you back up to Minneapolis as we rejoin Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. An NFL update there in the second quarter in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. That one tight to this point. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down just shy of the goal line.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Going right side here, and that's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he would...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be.
Checking the scoreboard there in the 3rd and Baltimore. And the Bears scoring to grab the lead there. Allen Robinson playing well. He's a catch or two away from a 100-yard afternoon. 319! On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cobb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Rodgers now on 1st down. There's that man again. It's complete. A very solid gain of 27. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The tight end in motion right. And the play clock's running down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the 4th down in New Orleans. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Brock Osweiler, 2 touchdown passes to lead the way. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. Over the middle, complete. That's Cobb. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Going to give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in. Set up the screen. That's complete. Space to maneuver at the 40. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead, and I'll just tell people what happened when they... Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Bailey now to kick this one away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And now a first down following that long gain. He's back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Sherrills. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
comes Minnesota. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone knows to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Again, it's Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Vikings on third down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 9. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. A fourth quarter score from the Meadowlands. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Tevin Coleman, a touchdown run to help lead the way. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.